Good day, everyone. We are the Fantasy Forecasters, and wait, you're not supposed to be on this side.
Wait, what's going on? Why am I over here?
What's going on? It seems to be that we're missing someone this week. Unfortunately for us, Sean cannot make it today. He's kind of, as you saw yesterday, the Jaguars beat the Patriots for the first ever time in the regular season. And he still is out partying. He hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
So
That's what happens.
I know.
Yeah, that's what
when it's the first ever time in franchise history, you got to celebrate that, I guess.
I mean, now granted, the little thing about that is they apparently did beat the Patriots in a wild card game. I don't remember what year.
It's late 90s,
It's
I think.
90s,
I think it was very early 2000s, before Brady, I think. BB, yeah, the big times. The old school times. But either way, we do got his picks. He still made them. He may be drunk completely when he made these picks, for all we know. But we still got his picks. We'll still go through them. But today we're going to be going through our Week 3 picks. Now I want to do a quick recap on how we've done so far.
Again, real quick, we don't have Monday's game. So the Seahawks and Bears have not played yet as we do this. So just so that way you don't wonder why there's only 15 games.
Exactly. So going into tonight's game, for last week's picks, me and Sean are both 9-6 and have both chosen opposite teams to win it. So we will have a winner this week. Bryn won week 1, but we will have a winner this week. And overall, I could take. No, we'll still be tied because we picked the same. We picked the same game. We picked the same team. So with that being said, there's one person I didn't announce, and Bryn got last place last week. He right now is at 7-8.
I could go 500. I'll be happy with that.
So that we both picked the Bears. We'll see later in this week where we're at. But it's between me and Sean at this point for the week. But once again, Sean, I think is still last place after all said and done. So,
I think so.
After that terrible week 1, he didn't even go 500, and he ended up 7-9. By the way, after the Monday night
Don't
games.
say that because I might go 7-9.
Terrible. Who can't even pick half the games right? Terrible. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into Week 3 today. And once again, I'm going to go through, we only have 2 of us here, so I'm going to go through each of these games. We'll do a quick talk. We'll rush through ones that we all pick that are obvious. We're not going to sit here and talk for about 20 minutes on Vikings and Bills. I don't think there's really any necessity for that. So let's start. Let's jump on in for the monster Thursday night showdown that everyone's looking forward to. The Jets at the Browns. I'm going to shoot that over to you.
All right, well, to start this off, it's my upset pick already. And obviously, if it's my upset pick, then you have to know that I am choosing the Cleveland Browns to win their first game since December 24th, 2016, which was a Saturday game. So, by the way, the Browns still have not won a Sunday game, and the last time they won a Sunday game, since this is not being brought up anywhere I've seen, the last time they won a game on Sunday was December 13th. 2015. That starting quarterback?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Football is the last Browns quarterback to win on a Sunday.
He's still relevant in Cleveland at this point.
But I'm going Cleveland. The Jets didn't really impress me last week, and Cleveland has been close 2 straight weeks. I feel like this is finally the time they jump over the hurdle and get that first win in almost... I mean, we're coming to December pretty quick, so I mean, we're going to be almost hitting 2 years if they don't win until December. But I think it ends this week. I think the Browns finally take it. I think it'll be the weight off the shoulders. Again, I'm not convinced on the Jets, even with that thumping they did on Detroit on Monday. They kind of fell back down to earth against the Dolphins, and...
Yeah, and like I said, Sean picked the Browns. I want to throw that out there too. He doesn't have an upset pick technically for this week. I went the Jets. It's tough because they're on a second week of a short week, and they did look pretty not good against the Dolphins. But the reason I picked the Jets is I think the Browns are let down from that Saints loss. That had to be heartbreaking, especially with a missed field goal. And believe me, being a Vikings fan, I know about missed field goals this week.
By the way, they signed a new kicker as well.
Dan Bailey.
Vikings and the Browns both did.
Brown
signed Greg Joseph, I believe his name is.
No.
So Zane Gonzalez, if you have him on your team, you might not want to.
Yeah. But either way, so I'm going Jets just because I think that's a hard one to come back from. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but I think the Jets are going to win by double digits. Bills at Vikings. We all picked the Bills. Well, see, we're brothers if you can't tell. No, we all went Vikings. There's really nothing else to say there. I mean, if Bills win, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
If Bills win, he probably will be.
I probably won't be here next week.
He won't be here next week because he'll be drinking for sorrow, not
I was
happiness.
gonna say, I'll probably be hiding next week. So Texans and Giants. All I'll say is me and Sean both went Texans. They're at home is the main reason I picked them. They're at home. Deshaun Watson looked better this past week, and it helps when Will Fuller's playing. So Giants looked awful. That offense just looked terrible. And you could say, well, Saquon Barkley had 24 points. Well, 90% of that came from his 16 receptions, that he had. So I just don't trust this Giants offense right now. Mainly due to the offensive line is maybe the worst I've ever seen. Although Eli Manning's face was great. So I go Texans at home.
I actually picked the Giants, and the only reason I did, I got 2 words. Blaine Gabbert. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this Texans team. This is a team that should have been at least 1-1 and put up a much better game against the Patriots, and instead we're looking at an 0-2 team that doesn't look like they're probably going to go much anywhere. I mean, this is a team that many were talking Super Bowl before the preseason, and during the preseason. Now we're hitting week 3, and this is a team that's looking way away from the Super Bowl.
Their playoffs are looking far off for them right now.
I'm going Giants just because, again, Blaine Gabbert just got his first win this year with the Titans. That was without Marcus Mariota. I mean, he didn't do great, but...
The only thing I'll say to that is the Titans have a way better offensive line than the Giants.
I agree.
And that's why the Cowboys looked incredible against them and awful the week before. Packers at Redskins. We all chose Packers on the road, probably mostly due to Aaron Rodgers. I got nothing else to say on that one.
Redskins didn't look good.
49ers and Chiefs. So I'll go with this one because this is my upset of the week. So 49ers have looked pretty solid in 2 weeks now. Now, yeah, the Chiefs have looked incredible on offense. They can't keep that up, right? But the 49ers defense hasn't been terrible per se. They've been giving up late yardage to both the teams they played, the Vikings and the Lions. But they haven't been terrible so far. Garoppolo's getting better as the season goes. Breida's exploded this week. So like I said, this is a team that's on the rise. The Chiefs, like I said, they've looked beyond dominant 2 weeks in now. They played their first pretty good defense this week. So I think they're going to step it up. I don't think the Chiefs' offense is going to put up nearly as many points or as many yards this week. I think the 49ers are going to stun the world and win in Kansas City this week.
Yeah, I don't see that happen. I think the Chiefs' offense right now, the only way I can see that happen is if Patrick Mahomes finally comes down to earth. 10 touchdowns through 2 games. I mean, he's right now looking unstoppable.
But it's Jimmy Garoppolo!
I know, but right now the Chiefs have done stuff against the Chargers team and the Steelers team that I wouldn't say they're not great defenses, but they're not that bad. And I think 49ers are basically right in the same type of path.
I still, to this day, I think I've said it since week 1, I still think the Chargers are overrated, and I still don't understand what all the hype is.
I mean, I'm not saying they're a great team, but I mean, at the same time, I don't think their defense is terrible. So, I mean, I like the Chiefs just mainly because they have had great passing games against 2 defenses that I think are very like the Niners.
Yeah. Well, this is my first time picking against the Chiefs this year. So, So next we got Raiders and Dolphins. We all chose Dolphins. Anything you want to say on that one?
Stunning, but I mean, who would have thought that we'd be picking Dolphins week 3?
Raiders
Especially with John Gruden.
Yeah, but Raiders did almost pull off the upset in Denver. They blew it at the end, but they were close.
Nothing got on it. Dolphins, I agree.
Yeah, Colts and Eagles. The moment that they announced Carson Wentz, I think this was pretty close to a lock.
I mean, nothing against.
I mean, yeah, but Carson Wentz is gonna should shred that defense, although he will probably look a little rusty. Jaguars, Titans, Jaguars at home after being Patriots. The only thing that could come out of this one is a letdown after putting everything in against the Patriots, and I don't see it. So I'd say Jaguars. Panthers.
Now, granted, I will say this. It should be Blaine Gabbert's first game back in Jacksonville, possibly.
Starting. Yeah, it's probably been a while since he's been there.
Because, I mean, he played for 49ers otherwise, and I don't think he started in Jacksonville. So,
no,
Blaine Gabbert, welcome back to Jacksonville.
Yeah, because they just played Jacksonville last year. So, yeah, this would probably be it. Interesting. Hey, there's a storyline for the week that no one's going to talk about.
No one will talk about it.
Bengals at Panthers. I'll go this since I picked opposite. I chose Bengals on the road. Panthers offense is looking like it's struggling to get going this year so far. I mean, they won the first week. They put up a fight late against the Falcons, but they still fell. I don't see anyone on that offense that's gonna start. I like McCaffrey still for the passing game. I don't like him at rushing at all. I don't think their rushing game. They don't got much of any rushing game at this point. Bengals have looked pretty solid. They have an extra couple days off this week after being on the Thursday night game. Yes, it's on the road in Carolina, but once again, Carolina is just they haven't looked great on offense. I think the Bengals can put up numbers. Panthers defense hasn't looked great either. So I just think Bengals are going to come in and take the game and continue to be undefeated this year.
And it's fun because we still have a lot of different picks here because honestly, I don't still trust the Bengals. I mean, that division's really not looking too solid. The Ravens
47-3 though, or whatever the score
The
was.
Ravens beat the Bills 47-3, but at the same time, we're seeing how the Bills really are. Josh Allen makes the team a little bit better, but that's not saying much.
You know, I think we've been saying that since preseason. I don't think we're just learning how the Bills are. I think we've been ripping it since the first video.
Yeah, it's a quarterback video. So I mean, you have a Bengals team who they didn't dominate the Ravens, but they did like put a good enough amount on it. But I really don't trust the Ravens too much. And they also were losing to the Colts. Colts just blew that lead, and I think it's because Colts kind of went weak on defense in the second half. Not saying Carolina's looking great on offense. Their defense is star-studded right now. They've been really good on defense. I know they kind of got chewed up by the Falcons this past week, but I think we're going to finally see a rough Andy Dalton week against Panthers.
Okay, so the next game we got is Broncos and Ravens.
Surprisingly, we all took the Ravens.
After last week.
I mean, that's...
You know, I think I've picked against the Broncos every week so far now.
You have, because I picked Broncos both the weeks, so I'm sorry to all the Broncos fans, especially the one I know is watching.
Yeah, I don't trust. I still don't trust Case Keenum. Although I'll give him this: he led the team to victory this week. But still don't trust them, and I'll still pick against them until they go 6-0. Then maybe I'll start picking them. They're not the only team I'm doing that to, though. Anyway, then we got Saints at Falcons.
All right, now granted, I'm not sold on this pick, and maybe I'll change it later. I mean, I might have just picked it just because. I don't know. Actually, I have no.
It's tough.
I have no good reason to pick this game. Pick them because they looked bad against the Browns, and again, they looked bad against the Bucks. And I think the Falcons are going to come in here and put points up. So I'm actually going to change mine back to the Falcons.
Oh, okay.
I'm changing it now. I don't like the Saints in this matchup. And I don't know why I had them down. So sorry for taking so much time on this game because we all picked the Falcons.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is the Saints defense has to eventually step it up, right?
I mean, it's a week they should step up because they got a tough offense coming in. I mean, Matt Ryan actually had a better game last week, and
He didn't do terrible against the Eagles except the red zone.
the
red zone killed them, but they didn't do terrible against the Eagles.
It's a rough one to have because I mean, this is an offense that's going to pass all over you if you don't do anything. So I mean, that's why I'm changing it. I mean, it just was rattling through my head, and I realized Falcons should have too much offensive power for this weak Saints defense.
Then we go to Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else by the way. Chargers, Rams, and once again we all chose
Battle of LA,
Rams.
by the way.
Wow, yeah, LA team.
Battle of
I didn't
LA.
even take notice to that because no one cares about Chargers being an LA team right now.
Yeah, they are.
I was gonna say, wait, Chargers are in LA. We all chose Rams, which is kind of surprising because technically, if they're both LA, it's because Chargers are home. And also with all the Chargers Super Bowl picks that were early this year, this was a Super Bowl. This was a couple people put as a Super Bowl game right here, and I don't see it. Like maybe Rams. Rams are playing good enough to be a Super Bowl team.
I also think the Chargers will make the playoffs, but that's only because I'm saying that because I mean, you look at their division, it's not exactly. I mean, the
Besides
Chiefs
Chiefs.
are looking good, but also
Well,
you
Broncos
also-
are 2-0.
Okay, well, I don't think Broncos are going to hold on to that. Oh man.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You're killing one of our viewers, man. What are you doing to us here?
But in all honesty, you also look at the AFC, and I mean, the Dolphins are 2-0 and leading their division right now. The Chiefs and Broncos are 2-0, which I don't think anyone really saw that. Everyone's putting Raiders up
Except me.
there.
Oh, well, I would. Really? People were putting Raiders up there?
The Bengals are 2-0 whenever everyone was talking Ravens and Steelers. And the Jaguars are 2-0, and yeah, everyone expected that.
Yeah, Jaguars. Well, a lot of people thought Texans were going to put up a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, right now the AFC's weak, so I really think Chargers will still make the playoffs. I'm going to say it now. I think they're going to make the playoffs. Philip Rivers is looking good. I just think this is a bad matchup.
Now keep an eye on Melvin Gordon, though. Who knows? They still haven't announced anything, if he got injured or not.
If Melvin Gordon's hurt, you're still good with Eckler if you have him.
Yeah. So we jump into Bears and Cards.
Not this week, though.
Not this week.
Not this week.
But yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, you're telling me to play Eckler versus the Rams?
Not this week.
Bears,
not this week.
Bears and Cardinals.
All right. Well, you probably have noticed that so far there's been a very lack of luck.
That's all I got.
Wow, that's
that was the worst laugh ever.
And that was. And that
I thought it was a great laugh.
It was not a good. It didn't deserve that. But right now, we haven't seen how the Bears played. Obviously, they could. If they look like they did whenever they had Craig Krenzel, or Todd Collins, or Caleb Haney.
Didn't Todd Collins lead the team to the playoffs at one point, though? Not their team, not the Bears.
Not the Bears. I mean, he threw 4 picks and we somehow won the game.
There goes another Collins carry.
But not Todd Collins, not Caleb Haney. You know, not a. Ah man, I can't remember the name. I was gonna throw out there.
Jonathan Quinn.
Jonathan Quinn's a good one, yeah.
I don't know why we're naming all these Bears quarterbacks.
Because unless the Bears come out and look like they had them as a quarterback this week against the Seahawks, I just cannot. The Cardinals are looking bad. They might not have Larry Fitzgerald, which, I mean, he's got a hamstring injury, and to add on to that, he's also up there in age. So we don't. I mean, what's going great for this Cardinals offense?
Even David Johnson was supposed to be starting. He hasn't done anything.
And that's the thing. Bears have a solid front, and they got Khalil Mack now. They got Roquan Smith coming in. They have Leonard Floyd. Like, I mean, David Johnson's probably gonna have another rough week coming up. So in all honesty, I think this is a definite lock. Please don't let me down, Chicago. I had to sulk for like 3 hours after the Packers game. But please don't let me down. My lock is the Bears against the Cardinals.
And let's be honest, the Cardinals are a hot mess right now. They got beat 34-0 this week. They are a hot mess, and I put them towards the bottom of the league at this point. And didn't we talk about their defense in the preseason? Those days are way in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's really showing that defense that we saw was legit just a preseason defense. We said that we don't know what it's going to be. And yes, we did have Sean say that he thinks it's a defense to pick up. Granted, that's not kind of what he said. He said like it could be a defense to start.
Underdog, yeah.
But it's not anymore. Just let Cardinals go. I don't even know if I'd trust having any Cardinals offensive players on my team except David Johnson.
And even then, you might want to start thinking about trade and see what value you can get out of him.
Actually, that's a smart move.
In all honesty,
trade David Johnson, because in all honesty, you'll get value, and I don't know that he's going to be a top 5 back.
Yeah. Then we go to Cowboys and Seahawks, which is interesting for us right now because we both picked Cowboys. Their defenses look pretty good.
Oh, that's right. He's out partying.
He is. So he picked Seahawks. Here, we're going to give you the reasons that he picked Seahawks. Seahawks won the Super Bowl just 3 years ago, and there's no way they're falling off yet, so there's no way they lose this game to the Cowboys. I take Seahawks because they got Russell Wilson. That's pretty much it. They got Tyler Lockett.
I mean, and
for all we know, he gets injured tonight. Who knows?
And the bevy of running backs. By the way, I'd like to clarify for that last segment. Sean did not say those words, and we do not want to have it where it comes back that we lied for him.
Is he really going to watch this video?
Probably not.
We don't even watch our own videos. It's bad. We do so bad that we watch our videos and then laugh at ourselves for the first week, and then we haven't watched it since.
I mean, in all honesty,
laughed ourselves how
we're
bad
the two guys that said bench Joe Flacco week 1 and start the Ravens defense week 2. So I mean,
to be fair, the video uploaded late, so no one started the Ravens defense because of me.
Mine didn't.
So I'm a winner.
We're getting away from the picks. Let's get back.
Get back. We got 2 more here. We got Patriots, Lions. Really nothing to talk about. Lions. I mean, they made a comeback this week. And then they blew it on that last drive.
They're going to have an angry Patriots team, and
Patriots on the road 2 weeks in a row, though.
Yeah, but Patriots have. It's rare to see Patriots lose 2 games in a row.
Especially to a team with the Lions level
Well, yeah,
so far
and
this year.
Detroit just. I mean, right now they really haven't been too close in any of their games. I think 49ers
They
made a
only
prevent.
lost by 3 this week, but then that last drive was
I think they
awful.
went prevent. The 49ers went prevent, and I hate prevent defense.
Oh, the team always comes back.
All right,
And then we go to Monday Night Football next
And
week.
I'm going to tell you now, I picked Steelers, but I'm not going to say anything because I want to throw it back to you.
Yes, so for this last game, I'll throw it down there that Sean did pick the Bucks. I assume that would have probably been his upset, which would have been pretty funny actually.
By the way,
this week.
we're gonna mark this as Sean's upset.
Yeah, if the Bucks, I don't know. We're have to look at the stuff. But anyway, so the last couple weeks, I have picked 2 locks, and the first week it was the Saints over the Bucks, and this week it was the
48,
Eagles over the Bucks.
27-20.
So it's gotta
Obviously-
end. It's gotta
obviously
end.
he's not gonna do it
It's
again.
probably
right?
Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's looked great. What, he's put up 40 fantasy points both weeks now. His offense, Deshaun Jackson's found the fountain of youth. There's no way. Steelers winning a lock. Yeah, I'm going there. Eventually, I'm going to be right. Eventually, the Bucks are going to lose right. They're not going to go 16-0.
I'd like to also point out this
Yes.
moment. Bucks fans, you better hope he keeps locking against your team. Because if there's a week where he doesn't lock against your team, they're losing.
Yeah.
So Steelers is my definite pick to win this week.
Steelers is my- Sean watching this is gonna switch his pick also. He's gonna stick with the Bucks. Saying nope, Danny picked him. I gotta go with the Bucks.
I mean,
I can't believe you're sticking with the
I
Steelers
can't
after
believe
that.
it either,
What are you
but-
doing? You're agreeing with me.
yeah, this is probably a bad idea. I probably should change my pick, but I'm not doing that twice in one video.
I'll go ahead and finish this out.
All right, so that was our week 3 picks. We will be back for week 4, hopefully. We should have Sean back, unless he really wants to get up.
He might go out
about
on
a
the
Jaguar
Titans.
Titans win.
Hey, that takes the division leader. Oh wait, they're already in the division lead. Titans are 1-1.
Titans are 1-1. So I mean, yeah, Sean should be back next week for the picks. Again, we did have his picks, so we're good. Stay tuned later this week. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but watch
Hopefully
out
by
for
Thursday.
our week 3. Start 'em, sit 'em.
Not featuring Sean again.
Again, we won't have Sean. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week for our week 4 picks. We picked them just as good as the Weatherman.
Fantasy forecasters out there.